Today is a good day to have a great day. That great day begins right here at Family Times. Welcome, and we are glad to have you. The greatest thing that ever happened to you is that family that you're in. And probably the greatest thing that ever happened to you is that spouse. What happens when he or she has changed? To help us understand this, we have a lovely couple. I call them, excuse me, F and D, but they're going to introduce themselves in the best way they would want to. Karibu.
Asante. Hello, dear viewer. My name is Fredrick Ochieng, and my dear wife is Diana Akoth Ochieng, and we are so glad to have you on board and to share with you our times together.
Thank you so much. Diana, you can say a word. They may think that sauti imeenda.
Just as he has said, I'm Diana Oching. He's my lovely husband.
Thank you so much. Next to my lovely, dear, one and only wife is a couple here. She's called Linda, in case you are just joining us on Family Times for the first time. We have this lovely couple. You'd want to say something about them?
Hi, viewer. Welcome.
About them.
Oh, about them. I didn't know. Yeah, they are great friends and a very happy family to be with you. You need to add a life, a day in your life, and they're the best place to help you add by just laughing. So let them just introduce themselves.
Hello, viewer. My name is Tabitha Ouma, and I'm really excited to be here with my wonderful husband. He's called Richard, but he can still introduce himself.
Welcome, our viewer. My name is Richard, as she has mentioned, and I appreciate her. This is my lovely wife. Thank you and welcome.
Thank you so much. When we talk about change, she has changed, and she'll also say he has changed. When we talk about change in the family, it means that there is something you knew before,
yes,
or there is this someone you knew before, but because of time, place, and environment, this person has changed. What makes people change?
Many things, I believe, make people change. You have mentioned environment. Environment can cause changes in people. Life situations can cause a lot of changes. People also grow.
Yeah.
People grow, and therefore there are changes that can come into people's lives. Yes.
Fred,
Yes.
you changed today. What happened?
Sure. I'm told I've changed. Finances can cause people to change.
Yeah, very true.
And responsibility,
Yes.
can throw in a change. So maybe I'm the way I am because of responsibility or finances, and chiefly because of God.
Wow.
Thank you.
So
Okay,
God
great.
And again,
can be an
also,
agent of change.
physically, you're changing. Every day as you go from one day to the other, things change, both in your body and...
That change.
Tell me, why are you smiling?
Yeah, I'm smiling. I'm actually laughing because when I got married, I was this skinny girl. But years later, well, he fed me, so I thank God. And I'm not apologizing for this body. So I thank God for life.
Diana,
Yes,
change.
change. Yeah, people do change. Just as you have seen him, he has really changed. I don't know because of me, and I don't know because of the the change in life he has, but the body has increased. When we got married, I'm still the way I was.
Oh.
He has
But
changed.
he has really changed. So I know I believe there is that change, that physical change.
LG.
Yeah, people do change.
There's somebody to cook, prepare. It changes.
Sure.
Yeah.
And as we talk about change, you know, there are two sides of change.
Yeah.
There is the good change and allow me to say, for lack of a better word, the bad change. So even as we talk about the good change first, Tabi has talked about at some point she was skinny. Thanks to Richard, she is now visible. She can be noticed. What are some of these changes? Maybe we could just share. What are some of these changes? Let me start with you.
Yeah, let me mention something. Once you're, maybe let me say in a marriage setup, once you're settled and you've accepted that I am the wife, and there is that calm in your mind, and you get comfortable and feel loved, and things just flow.
Yes.
So it can bring a lot of changes on the positive side. If you're positive, as in if your mind is settled, I think you can do greater things.
Give me a high five before I say what I was saying. Two things. Once you get married, you become comfortable.
It's true.
And calm.
Feel loved, yeah.
Hey, so that's, you know, you've talked from your heart, right? Okay, we'll revisit that. Fred and Diana, share with us something about this change.
You have not nailed it.
Yeah.
You have not nailed it. I want you to nail
You
it.
don't have the hammer.
Yes, which one? Linda's brought it out so clearly. Well, when you get into life with a partner whom you love unconditionally,
Yes.
you stop disturbing your whole being. And when you walk in the marketplace, you don't want to be disturbed who is holding your hand. You know for sure the person whose hand you're holding. When you're going to church, you know for sure that no one will question whom I'm holding. They saw, and now they know. So this change comes as a result of the calm. And again, you feel that you possess something.
Wow.
The ability to know that you possess a human being.
Mine.
Mine.
Say my wife.
Mine. This is my only wife.
You own.
You own.
Yes.
The number of wives you know about me, I don't care. But this is mine. This is mine.
Yes.
No.
Yeah.
You must change. Is it a lie?
It's true.
It's true.
Dave, you know,
Yes.
I concur with them, what they have said. I think when you get married, and you get married to the one you love, everything becomes calm. First of all, as a man, you lose the roving eye. It settles on one individual. And then you learn to go with that. You learn to grow up with that. You learn to grow in your stature, nature, and your thinking with that. And therefore, this is why men quickly develop a big something here. You know, they tend to grow from down here because they are now settled.
But it doesn't mean that those who don't grow something there,
No.
doesn't mean that they haven't changed. There's some change.
They're probably changing into resistance. They don't want to grow that, but they're definitely changed. To some extent, they are. Some bodies just don't change anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But there's something that's,
There must be
that
changes.
changes.
Approaches change.
Yeah.
You know,
Psychologically.
a view of things change. Psychologically we change. Physically we change. So many things come in because now this is a shared life. It can't be as it was.
Tabi, you're looking at Richard in a manner likely to say
She loves to do that.
You know,
Don't worry.
I'm just thinking, he might not remember, but when we got married so many years ago, you know, we dated for so many years. But now when we were ready to settle, he put me down and told me, you know what, sweetheart, things will change. Things will change because now we're living together, we'll have more responsibility, we'll have, you know, things will be different. So at least when I got into marriage, I knew that things will change. But of course, because he had prepared me, so even when the bad changes came, I was not like as surprised. Do you remember that conversation?
I do.
That's good.
I
So,
remember that very well.
Yeah, at times it's always good to talk about it, because most people, when they get into marriage, they don't look at life like tomorrow is going to be different. So when you talk to your spouse, and because there is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4 things that we'll have to start doing that we're not doing before. Yeah.
And generally life, when we are living life, we are bound to experience changes.
Yeah.
So what holds most is how you react to the changes.
Right.
Is it going to be on the positive side or on the negative side? And I think if we are well, we need to get prepared for both. Because a lot of things can make someone change. A lot of situations. So how we handle
The
it.
situation.
One of the most challenging changes, I think, because we normally, and in most cases, we don't cross the line fully. We kind of on both sides. Because during dating, there is a different life. But immediately there's a marriage, crossing the line.
It's also
Remember, you don't leave your foot on the other side of the line.
Right.
The changes occur. One, and this is something that she will agree with, because we went through this together. The time we spend together begins to change. The gifts that I was giving begin to change. You know,
Yes.
these changes occur because one, the responsibility now changes.
Right. Yeah.
You are partially my responsibility before you were married. Now we are married, you are fully my responsibility. I have to provide more than what I was providing. While we were friends, I would probably give only a little here and there, but now it is now upon me to make sure that things go. So those 2 bottles of soda may come to 1.
Yeah.
They are not going to stay as 2.
Yeah.
Some of these changes are basically realistic.
Yeah.
You just have to take them.
I want to bring in Diana. We have really talked about change, saying it's physical, mental.
Yeah.
Maybe your life, you were once a lady, now you are a wife. Tell us about these changes. We are coming to the changes that you've just mentioned. You know, change is inevitable. Yes, today I'm this way, tomorrow
The other way.
things change.
Things
Yes.
happen.
So, briefly tell us about your change.
Like, well, I was still a lady, and now that we have joined together as husband and wife, I've experienced a lot of changes. Because, you know, when you are still a lady, you have freedom. But now that you become 2 of you, you cannot maybe go somewhere. You know, I was a lady, I was used to maybe coming home at around 8 p.m. But now, you know, you are under someone. So if you come back at 8 p.m., it's obvious he will ask you, where were you? And it is the same. It is the same. It is vice versa.
Yeah.
It's even him, when he was coming at around maybe 6, 10, but nowadays things have changed.
Yeah.
I will ask him, where have you been?
Yes.
And if you have been in such a place, you could have alerted me.
Inform me.
Maybe I'll arrive late, but I'm just on my way. You know, I'll be happy, I'll be patient, knowing that he's just on the way, maybe he's held up somewhere. But nowadays, no, when you are still alone, you do very many things freely. But nowadays, you do it, but it reaches a point. You rush to work to, it's late, let me rush home, let me do this. And again, when you are married, now we are in the marriage, you find that maybe when you join, you may find that the family is big. Maybe you are used to that small.
Yeah.
So when you get into the marriage, you find a big family, and sometimes you can be like, what's happening?
Yeah.
But
Changes.
move on.
Different people.
Just become comfortable with everything. Yeah, that is another change that I've experienced.
As they always say, Fred has the right to reply. I saw him making faces and he was like, good, okay, go on.
Thank you. Dave, I don't know why the Bible was silent on this, but the famous verse 18:22, whosoever findeth a wife.
So I find it a good
Find it a
I don't know whether a wife was not mentioned, whoever findeth a husband. but probably it favors us. Marriage favors man. But I want to interject on what she has said. Like for us, we came in when we had the background of siblings.
Right.
We are coming from the orphan's background, and she's the firstborn, I'm the firstborn. Though we have her parents all alive, but mine all dead. So it demanded that anyone who was to come after me would find some refuge at my place.
Yes, yes.
So that was kind of, I thought we would be two of us.
But
Now we are
the
three because there is another sibling.
Yeah.
Before she could realize, there was the third and the fourth and the fifth.
Yeah.
And so we adapted so well. We thank God for His grace. And I know we will have to talk about it, but coming home late was one of the things that we really changed on. And she knows that I had to adjust on how to sleep.
Okay.
Because when I was alone, I used to sleep diagonally on my bed.
On your bed?
Yes.
Okay.
So that very 29th,
Like a star.
29th of November, we'll never forget. I was like someone, you were stepping on, what's happening? You mean, okay, this marriage is a bad thing. I have to be ordered on how to sleep, and even when to come back. But we have adopted and I think it's a good thing because we have known how to accommodate each other, accommodate the siblings, and even more responsible now on other fronts. Yes.
I want to read a verse here, Genesis chapter 2, verse 20 and 21. Then maybe we can make a comment. And Adam gave names to all cattle and the fowl of the air and to every beast of the field. But for Adam there was not found an helpmeet for him. Then, verse 21, and the Lord God caused a deep sleep to fall upon Adam, and he slept. And he took one of his ribs and closed up the flesh instead thereof, and the rib which the Lord God had taken from man made he a woman and brought her unto the man. There was need for change.
Yes.
There is always need for change.
I know.
But then there is this change. You talked about 2 bottles, now 1 bottle.
Yes.
Reducing quantity, and then also quality. What are some of these bad changes? This may not be very comfortable, but what are some of these bad changes? And no one is going to crucify the other even after this. We promise. Do you promise?
I promise.
It doesn't have to be from us. It could be from a cousin,
from a
from a
friend.
neighbor.
Yeah, as Linda always says, I have a friend of mine.
Let me just start.
As a spirit
A
means.
relative of mine. Let me start from there.
Go on.
I have a relative, but he has not changed up to this moment.
At all.
The sleeping mode, he just knows, and you think that the house is just going to fall. So the wife has.
That is snoring.
Yes. So the wife has gotten used to it. Let me just say that.
Yeah, I mean, there are many reasons why people snore, you know, like those are things that you can also help, because it could be weight or maybe bad sleeping position. So probably when he got married to the lady, that is what he used to do.
But I want to defend this relative of yours, that you know, if a man snores, and thieves are walking around, they will know that kuna simba. So snoring is fine.
I mean, those are things that you can't avoid. Those are things that you can't,
those might be difficult.
But those are the things when you find someone doing it, you have to adjust. It's a change. You're not used to people snoring, but now,
Linda,
this is your life partner.
Wasn't there, you want to assume, for example, that this refusal to change comes from the background of the fact that there must have been some request or rather some push for change. So this man has not changed. But if I go back to what Dave has just read in the Bible, I think broadly, you'd want to think that God changed Adam. My take from the earlier part of the verse is that Adam was a busy man, and God wanted to give him a helper, meat for him. He was a wanderer. He could have been a shepherd, he was naming after animals and all these sort of things. So the change that he got through was actually because God was supporting him for that. Yeah, if we normally take it to God, there is always the easier way of things changing without any fuss. But how about these other changes? I was meeting you at 6 every evening. My days were busy, and I'm meeting you 6 in the evening. Remember that corner where we would meet? Every other day. It wasn't so bad that I would go to my house at 7, 8 because I was meeting her. Now she's in my house. I'm comfortable and calm.
In our
cool.
house.
I'm in our house. So we are now together. Now I can come at 9 because I know she's there. And I don't have to pass through that, you know, that other place where we're meeting because she's at home. This is a positive change, don't you think?
That is debatable. Back to the scripture that we read, you see, Adam was lonely, and then God brought a helper meet for him. But again, if you read the story, you realize that there is some change that occurs again. The one son decides to kill the brother. And so, you see, change is good when it is positive, and sometimes it can be progressive, at times it can be radical. But now we are talking about this bad change. This guy or this lady used to do this. This is no longer done. Yes. He used to clean his, he used not to recycle his socks. But now he does that. Na anafanya na kichwa ngumu. Yes.
On that thought, Dave, let me just cut you shortly, you continue. And the people and those who come into these situations and bring in forced changes. They bring in forced changes. Please call me later so that I expound on this.
I will.
Yes.
Fred, do you want to?
What I understand, there's a verse you probably, I don't know why you left it out. Just that chapter 2, verse 24. Therefore shall a man live, and then they shall cleave. I want to believe that this process of change we're talking about is cleaving. Sometimes cleaving may elicit some pain. There could be some pain that you feel when you want to cleave. There could be some joy that you feel when you want to cleave. But at the end of the day, we should look at the broader picture. What do we want to achieve out of it? Are the two of us, is D committed to the working of this marriage? Am I committed to the working of this marriage? Like today, I don't do, sincerely speaking, we love sitting together in the kitchen, we story, I can cook a few things. But doing the dishes is not. I used to do them. But today, doing the dishes is...
You haven't found your salvation in washing.
I haven't found met my Savior in washing. But I am sure that sometimes she complains that I was tired, I'm sick, I'm not feeling well, but you could not do the dishes. But at least she can appreciate that I've done the cooking.
Your presence is there.
My presence is there.
And you help.
And we are doing something towards cleaving. So if these changes, negative or positive, are towards a better end, a greater good, then God's work in all things, altogether for the good of them that love him. So we can always trust in his wisdom that at the end of the day we will achieve what we want. What will make things complicated is when a bad change comes as a result of a negative intention. That would be bad. But when a bad change comes as a result of, like, the flowers are reducing because school fee is being paid, that is good.
We are coming back. I'm still not satisfied with this other change. Maybe I will crack. We want to change. we want to change so that we can understand this change.
Yes.
Maybe we would change our seats so that we understand this change.
Yes.
Because still I'm not getting it. But we are going to get it after this break. Stay tuned because things are going to change after this break.
Amen.
Welcome back, Family Times, where change is inevitable. Everything seems to be changing, but there is one thing that will never change. What is it?
Change.
Richard,
Yes.
you were talking about something before we went for the break.
Very right. The changes that come in can be acceptable. Some of them actually are very progressive, and we can like them. But there are some changes which are very difficult to accept and to take, because this is what we are. If you loved me because you saw me the way I was, this is how I live now. So please, let's go with me. Accept that this is what I am. If your socks are here, this is where you like them. This is how you want to put them on. Then you find them somewhere else. Then they are moved to the next place. Then they are not there anymore. Then the other ones come.
They're confusing the
They are
system.
confusing the system.
No, but Richard,
This kind of changes, these kind of changes are very difficult to take. Yes. Your coat is only one, and you like it big there. Then you don't find it there, but you are not told prior to you wanting to take it. And you go there and you don't get it, and you feel frustrated because they are not there. What is this kind of change? What do you say about this
you
one?
know, when someone comes in your life, but then things will definitely change. Maybe you used to put your socks when you're coming at the door. You just remove them and put them there. So when you want to wear them some other day, you come and choose from the ones that you dump there so that you can put them on. But I am here. I am here now. I've come.
I hope you're not talking
This is
about
so
me.
disorganized. This is so disorganized. So I decide to just pick them, put them somewhere else. I wash them. Then you'll get them. If you want to put on the socks, you'll get them. And then you put on the right socks
Actually,
when they're all clean.
Actually, when they want to put on the socks, even when they know where the socks are, I'm not saying you, sweetheart.
Yeah.
They'll ask, where are my socks?
But I'm the practical example. That's
And
where you
they're
draw your
there.
We
statement.
thank God some of us don't
This
ask
is
those
where
questions.
you draw your statement.
And even again, there are some things that happen. You get someone, okay, maybe I didn't know from he was in his place, I was at my place.
There was a time
now
for you to
we
study
come
him.
together.
I know him.
I didn't know that he couldn't take shower, Cindy. So now he has to shower like
Okay, let
every
me ask
day.
Fred,
And now some people get so
how
much.
many times should we take a shower? In a week?
No, twice a day.
Look at that.
Twice a day.
Where does
Twice
that
a
come
day,
from?
how I mean, Fred,
Yes,
you survived that.
I survived that. That's what we do.
only-
You
Yes.
get used to.
Ours
It's a
is
change.
twice a day.
But he has also some
Come on.
That's what.
tuseme mlima kidogo. Kwa hiyo maybe it is twice a day, but the first one it comes just automatically. I have to do it, and he has to do it. But now the second one, you are John. Yes, you will change. But after having the towel, he's not going to the bathroom station. What is that person saying in their news? What about
But Dana is trying to communicate something. This is difficult.
Yes, I have to take some time.
It is difficult.
I have to gain some strength for the water.
And encourage yourself.
Yes, encourage myself for the water.
Water is not your age mate.
Dave, how do you change?
But you see, as he encourages himself to my side, I get annoyed. How can someone goes to the sitting room with the towel on the waist? Just you see, that is now a negative one. And never
No,
a negative
look at it positive.
Yes. There's something there. There's some positivity which you need to add into that.
It should be immediately.
So there are changes that are annoying
Yeah.
There are changes that are annoying.
to the spouse,
Yeah. Yes,
but
they are
the
annoying.
one who is doing them probably doesn't even know.
No, that's it.
It's not that he
Just
doesn't
buying
know.
time.
There is no annoyance in that because that is what he is. There is, I mean, that is, you see, I think the promise is sure. For good and for bad. Yeah.
For worse, actually.
For whatever it is.
For better, for
Whether sick or not. You probably want to think that that only means that when I'm sick and vomiting, then you come and clean, and that is what it means. No. For me, it may mean that, but even more. You loved me. If it was my socks, there were problems. You never smelt them. You never had any kind of other...
I have a friend of mine who is married to... how do you say? Like, the husband does not speak her language. So that is a different what? Like...
Just say from a different culture.
From a different culture. So, like, the husband has an accent, right? So there's some... He shrubs. My friend says, when she was dating this man, that shrubbing was not there. She was so much in love.
Now you see.
Yes.
It was well masked.
So much in love that even that shrubbing was not there.
If you are
Suddenly,
if you are blind in love, remain blind in marriage. If you can't hear it now,
the shrubbing is so intense. Even the kids, like, what is going on here? I'm saying, yeah. So there's some things, sincerely, when you're dating, you're just like, mine is perfect. But when you get in marriage, that is when everything...
It's in a different background.
Exactly. Yeah. Then you realize, this is not the Tabitha I got married to. Because Tabitha used to love cooking. Probably now she doesn't love cooking. Tabitha used to dress a certain way, like I used to dress a certain way. I don't do it because of one reason or the other.
Many times.
But many times we're so quick to judge that, hey, Dee or Tabitha used to dress like this. You're probably not providing the money. You're probably not buying. Okay, that is one.
Changes.
Yeah, so...
Let me come back. Okay. Richard, you're burning.
I'm burning.
You will cool.
Thank you.
Let me come back now to all of us.
Yes.
And I will start with Fred and Diana. Finances.
Yes.
I don't know how to put this because Linda here is looking at me. Wacha kuniangalia. Thank you. Do you have changes in finances for good and for worse? Pesa ilikuwa inaingia, but now there is some limited, inakuja kidogo. It has some detours somewhere.
Thank you. Dave, I thank God that is a way that is an area that God has really done us great.
Amen.
With a lot of grace. When you got married, we did not even go for a honeymoon. We wedded on 29th on a Saturday in church and went straight to the house, a small house.
Yeah.
And we stayed there for, it was 1 week. 1 week.
But that was honeymoon.
With our two siblings. With our two siblings. We for the first 1 year we could not even afford an outing.
Yeah.
We could not.
Yeah.
And we accepted each other that way.
Yeah. Right.
Today we can go out.
Amen.
We have visited big hotels. Wow. We just go out for lunch.
But do you say?
No, we are not saying this. I'm not going to say this. I won't say.
Yes.
We have also experienced some hiccups again.
Yeah.
When we met somewhere during that camp meeting,
Right.
I was jobless, and you could not know, and she would not make anyone know.
Wow, that's good. That's good.
And I found her to be very responsible. I never knew she was that responsible,
Right.
in terms of keeping her finances. Today, she has thrown her profession behind the scene,
Yeah.
and we have ventured into family business,
Oh, wow.
which she runs.
Amen.
So I think finances change.
Yeah.
Know each other. Understand who your partner is. And if it is good, run your finances together.
Yeah.
Put everything on the table.
True.
Let everyone know
Like
M-Pesa.
we do, right?
Let everyone know M-Pesa PIN number. Let everyone know ATM PIN. Let everyone know the balances. Let everyone know who is being helped. Who are we paying for school fee?
What,
So because just to take it a notch higher, let everyone be, our partners, our spouses be our next of kin.
Yeah,
Because they are
true.
solely responsible when something happens.
True.
Finance is a great thing, and it impacts the families, especially the young ones.
Yeah.
So, Dave, I would say that, and Dee is here, my wife is here, we have journeyed that path. We are not yet there, but we are moving day by day, and we thank God for that. Bakipole.
So my question would be, must we experience change in our marriage?
Yeah.
We need to embrace change.
Let her go first.
Okay.
Yeah, we must experience it because we are, in marriage, there is nothing that is stagnant.
Yeah.
They come, they go, they come, they go. So if they are there, we should just accept and move on. And when it comes to expenditures, you'll be together. You'll be just transparent, and things just will move on smoothly. Instead of hiding, maybe you have another kachama outside, so you are hiding from him. Automatically, he'll know. But now, why do you hide? You just put everything on the table. You just tell him. You just be free to share. You tell him, now I have such amount, but I took it to a certain merry-go-round somewhere, of which, if we get that merry-go-round, we'll venture into something else with it. So transparency matters. Yeah.
I haven't heard about the finances on this side.
Changes occur, by the way. You're different. You came from a different background. I came from a different background. We've met together. I didn't know that deeper part of you. Now we are experiencing one another, like in terms of we are in together.
Right.
So how you treat finances are different from mine. So we'll just have to sit down and see a way through. So at times, okay, it comes. Changes are inevitable. They are there. So how we'll handle it and how I will handle it, it depends from where we were brought up. But when we put God in all this and pray about it and be transparent, as she said, they have loaded points. I think God is just going to lead us through.
You know, we've
But
talked
it
and
brings-
I've felt like we're just the two of us here.
We're
Richard,
looking at
you wanted to say something.
I wanted to say
Ama
that
umesahau.
change should be embraced. We can be in very different situations at different times of our marriage, and we should learn to embrace. We should learn, first of all, to understand why we are in this situation. You know, immediately you get married, that is the first change you take in your lives. Because you were living in a different family, we are now living, and we are only starting to form a family. Everything else that we need within our marriage will be affected one way or the other. And we need to be ready to embrace that change. For good, yes, for good. I know there are ways and times when we are very wasteful. We can do things which are not really building our own marriages. But in the event we are forced into a situation like that financially, where we don't have enough for what we thought we should have, then we need to be quickly embracing. Because financial issues break families. They are the first and the most dangerous place. When we have these issues in our families, marriages are basically floating. They are not strong. Everything becomes very fluid. It just bubbles like a sea running up and down. So there are moments you'll be down, there are moments you'll be up. Are we ready to embrace? We must learn to embrace. If you remember our situation, where we came from to where we are today, we can go back and, flow and just go on the waves, the ebbs and the flows. But we are in a place now where we look back and we smile about it and say, oh, that was a challenging time, but here we are. We thank God because God was with us.
Listen to this. I wanted everything to stay the same, but feelings fade and people change. Comment.
Yeah, feelings fade.
I think now it depends on maybe the experiences someone has can lead to changes of feelings and attachments and emotions. So experiences and situations
Tabby seemed not to agree.
Well, I think this also changes because probably peer pressure, you know, you can have your friends can also influence you negatively. You visit a family, I can visit the Riagas and they're living large. And here we are with Richard, we are broke, we don't have anything, and I insist, hey, I also have to get this kind of TV, I have to get this kind of, you know. So that will also bring a lot of bad energy on him, and that will also strain.
I know.
Yeah.
And I feel like you are now telling them what we are. Because my eyes are a bit... my eyes are getting weaker by the day. I want a bigger TV,
Right.
a mighty one.
Yes.
She's saying, hold on,
Yes.
let's do A, B, C, D.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
Because I walk somewhere and I see a one that I'm engrossed in it and think, this is a good TV
Yeah.
for me to have in my house.
Yeah.
Resources may not be,
Right,
be
right.
that available.
Yeah.
But you mentioned something. Peer pressure.
Yeah.
You may call it peer pressure. I personally think that we want to live what we are not able to
That
live.
is, yeah, that is it, yeah.
In this way.
To please people who don't care.
Not even really trying to please anyone. People will not be pleased for you, for me and for you, because now we have a car, we have big TV, anything.
Yeah.
People will come there and say, here, Akonindog, mine is bigger than this one.
Right.
So yours is still small. It may not very much encourage you, but we want to live other people's lives.
True, true.
We want to live what we are not able to live. And all this comes into finances.
Right.
Then eventually, I am the one who takes that.
Exactly.
Because I'm the one who's supposed to provide. You never provide, do you? I am the one who is supposed to provide. There is Chama and all that she mentioned. Diana mentioned Chamas.
Yeah.
And these Chamas can be very good. Do we draw a line when a Chama should be there or a Chama should not be there?
It is important anyway. It's really important, yeah.
So
Yeah.
all these kind of things can bring a lot of challenges financially in a family.
Yeah.
Because when we started, we probably were not thinking about those.
Yeah.
Sometimes God, I'm in a situation where I'm so well blessed and I'm able to draw in a lot of money, or it's your situation. You are the one who can bring in a lot of money in the family, much more than our necessities. And so we go into the luxuries. Some people don't have the same.
Yeah, true.
But do we understand?
Something more to this, huh? How do you take it when your spouse no longer, or rather, not no longer, but now the intimacy bit has faded?
Oh, okay.
Yes.
There are different reasons. There are different reasons, and if we can just be real, because you know, if you're stressed, you might not be the same. Age, if you don't exercise and you don't eat right, definitely that will be it will affect your urge. Or even if you're getting stressed at work, you know, you're getting stressed at work and you come home and they still, hey, what's up, honey? And you're down. So it is upon you, the spouse, whether it's the man or the woman, sit down and understand your spouse. Don't be so much in a hurry to start judging your spouse. Hey, what's going on?
I think, Dave, there's a statement you read afore that I think would be spoken by someone who would not want to live in a reality. There is the ideal life, where you want things to remain the same. How would things remain the same?
It's not even possible.
And from day one, you would be a wife or a husband. Things can never be the same.
Yeah.
Things can never be the same.
Yeah.
The feeling you had, no, they can't. Number two, you've talked about, I think you've only mentioned finances. Conditions will come to this marriage.
Yes.
The decision and everything. I realized when we got married, and later on, that my wife is allergic to certain things.
Right.
And we had to, it took us a lot of time, a lot of hustle and struggle to realize that this is actually allergy. And this duvet is not good for her. So things can never be the same.
And the best duvet can always be you.
And the best, it's always been.
It's always another one.
There's no other one. Now we are talking about when that urge fades.
Yeah.
What are you feeling?
Not just the urge, but you see, there was this
Connection.
you may call it connection, but
Intimacy.
you were just sitting down in your living room, just talking about nothing. Maybe her head on your laps. I don't want my head on her laps because she'll shave me. Remember the story of that strong man?
Yes.
So that no longer happens. Ni sasa housework fine.
There's no
that's
time
it.
for
There
each
is no
other.
time. So how do you handle that? Because there will be no time.
I think, Dave,
Or you need to create time.
on the backdrop of all these things, finances and everything, you must realize that number one agenda is this woman.
Wow.
You must. Something must make her happy, and that is your time, your caring, and your love to her. That can never change, whatever happens.
How do you feel about that? Let's make a comment.
About what you're
That
saying.
there is nothing else apart from you. Of course, on earth. Yes,
Above is
God.
I feel good
Oh.
because it has come from the bottom of his heart. So I
Yeah.
feel good and happy.
How do you know it has come from the bottom?
You know,
yeah, you know, she knows. So when such happen, you need to get like, should it happen between, for us, then we would approach the Richards, the Daves, the Riagas, and ask them, we are experiencing this. What could be the problem?
Right.
Help us dig deeper. Who is your officiating minister? Who is your first elder? Who is your best friend, your best couple? Look to them and just be free and tell them that this is what is injuring our family. How do we go about it? And talk about it. And you may need to check on what you're feeding on, what you're watching,
Right.
and what you're feeding on, what you're eating, what is getting in, the company you keep.
Yes.
Those people who still believe in Man U and Arsenal, are you still going along with them?
Right.
Those people who still believe on watching things, are you spending time on social media more than you spend time? Because what you spend time looking
Yes.
will eventually become beautiful
Yes.
and part of you.
I want to add
By
to what you're
beholding, we
saying.
become changed.
I think what you've said is really true. And I just want to add a little bit. You know, like for instance, women are wired differently from men. You might get a woman everything that they need. For instance, the big TV that she wants, a big house, but you're not spending time with her, you've lost it. It's about time. Women love time. Women love attention. So you can buy me all the things that I want, but if you don't spend time with me, I think that is key. Then that time that will, the negative change that will occur in women will go down. You understand what I mean?
I understand.
Yes. Yeah, just like the Garden of Eden. I think I love this all the times because he taught me about the story of the Garden of Eden, and I've also read it. Once Adam left Eve, what happened? The viewer can also agree with me
Richard
that
is bringing in the other side.
Left Adam, what happened?
the snake came in.
That's it.
Exactly.
So Dave, just on that point,
Yeah,
you need to be together
right.
even when there's a disagreement.
Correct.
Know that people who say that when there's a disagreement,
Yeah.
you need to walk away.
No.
That's not the best time to walk away. In fact, you need to walk out of your marriage when you are happy.
Right.
You need to walk out of your house, not marriage,
not
but your
marriage.
house.
Thank
Yeah.
you for
You need to walk out. You need to walk out of that house when you are happy, when you have been prayed for, when someone knows where you're going to. But when there's a disagreement, please stay on that sofa until you get a solution to it.
Wow.
And she knows that's our way of doing it.
Wow.
When there's a problem, we have to, even if we are not talking, let's not talk in the house.
Yes.
But let someone feel. We don't want someone to feel that Sasa, he's not talking with me here, and he's gone outside to talk with someone.
Right,
No,
right.
let us be
And
here.
that's what we do.
Let us be stinking in the house until we find a solution to our problem, so that we go back on the track. We change what we can't change. Whatever we can't change, let's go down on our knees.
I love that.
Good. I want us to now have our parting shots. What advice would you give to that couple that is experiencing these negative changes that they need to come back? I will start with Diana. Talk to our viewer.
Yes. What I'd like to say is just one. that we be friends to our Bibles, because there is a saying that goes that if you show me your friends, I'll tell you who you are. So if you're a friend to this Bible here, this book that I'm holding, then you will find peace and even happiness in your home. Because everything that arises, be it good or bad, you go on your knees, thank God, and even the children in the house will know that when there is something wrong in our house, we only talk to God and ask God for forgiveness. And that house will be, everyone in that house will be happy. So I'll just urge our viewers that we be friends to our Bibles, because everything that comes in marriage, every answer we'll just find in this book here.
Thank you. Thank you. Fred, 10 seconds, strictly.
For better, for worse, a woman is still the best thing for a man, and marriage is still the best institution. Let's stay in it.
Thank you.
With all the changes.
Thank you. Tabi, 10 seconds.
I wish I could take more than 10 seconds, but there's a book I love called Love Season. Love Season talks about the different seasons in marriage: spring, summer, autumn, and winter. I wish I could even expound on more, but get that book and you'll understand it more.
5 seconds.
Thank you, Dave. I'll echo what Diana said. Reliance on God. Rely on God. Please listen to everything that goes around, but come back to your God. That's where you rest it.
Thank you.
First
Read the
Peter
verse.
3, verse 1 says, "Likewise, ye wives, be in subjection to your own husbands, that if any obey not the word, they also may without the word be won by the conversations of the wives." So if you're a husband, if your wife is turning to the negative, do the necessary so that you can bring him back. Likewise to the wives, do the thing that you need to do to bring them back by your conversation.
Thank you so much, viewer. I believe you have made a positive change, and God bless you.
Amen.